I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl, so I'm wise and I have worms.
Refresh yourselves.
You would give me sips on this, my starting screen? It's actually really funny. You kind of got me here. I did have my sip prepared, but it was in the kitchen still, so I had to go run and get it. So thank you. Sippy received. So hi everyone. How are we doing today? It is time for me to clean my desk. I actually have a lot of stuff all over the place. I'm very prepared. I wasn't home yesterday, so I didn't do anything. But no, how are we doing? How's everybody feeling? I say this in triumph, but I don't even know it means I won. Yeah, but no, things are pretty good. I hope we're ready to do some more Spooktober writing today, because that is what is on the agenda. We are going to have a nice, productive day. After I had my little day yesterday out with my parents, and so that was nice. It's pretty good. And so it is nice to have everyone here. We can just do some stuff, you know, be productive. I need more productive days in my life. I've been slacking. I'm not gonna lie to you. And particularly on Spooktober, I have not done very much. As much as I'd like to. But no, it's fine. It's fine. We got this in the bag. We're gonna get ourselves a little Spooktober badge. It's gonna be a great time. And we're gonna have fun with it. I've not written a single Spooktober prompt yet. Yeah, and that's totally fine. I don't know, I'm just like, I'm on StubQuest. And because I'm using Spooktober to like, because I'm using it to prepare for World Ember, I feel a little bit more motivated. I'm like, ooh, I gotta get some ideas down so I know what I'm writing come next month. Or, you know, like, month and a half from now. It's World Ember is in a month and a half. It's a month and a half away. How did this happen? But no, it's good. It's great. We just gotta pop open some articles here. Pop open our dashboard. Yeah, oh shit, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, let's hop over here onto the world anvil. Hide this bubble. We're not using that right now. Yeah, so where will we go? What shall we do? As one might say that World Ember is indeed coming. One could indeed say that. And in fact, you should say that because it is. Indubitably, it is coming. It is on its way. It is inevitable. Indomitable. Perhaps even the cataclysm. Sorry, I've been running a Dragon Soul in World of Warcraft way too much, so the voice lines are just etched into my brain. It's kind of unavoidable at this point. Because Deathwing will not drop his dragon. Like, the easiest one to get, he will not drop. I've gotten the heroic one like 6 billion times. Life is hard out here. Life is very hard. Let's see, I'm just dropping some links. Hold up. Gotta pop myself into Anbolite streams. Let me just edit this. Oh. Hello? Okay. Yeah, no one saw this coming. Not even the greatest prophets could have predicted it. No, indeed they couldn't. So let's hop over to my articles. We're gonna see. I've been editing like a lot of different articles. I'm glad you're streaming today. Definitely both the inspiration, motivation, and a bit of a distraction. Heck yes. Yeah, absolutely. We are on the Spooktober grind today. So we're gonna see. Oh, did I goof something up? Suddenly my quote boxes don't look right. Uh-oh. think I goofed up something in my CSS by accident. Hold up. What did I do here? Yes, okay. So, you may not know this about my world. Wait, hold on. You may not know this about my world, but my CSS in Malcore is like an absolute disaster event. Hold on, why? So why are you not? Oh, that's the wrong one. That's why. Stop making so many sounds, please. All right. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Aha. Found the issue. Oh, let's see, my dad is due to receive some serious health results. Yeah, I could totally get how that would need a distraction. I'm wishing you and your family well, though. I hope it's good news. I hope it's all good news. As a friend, I'm here for you in whatever way I can provide, and in this case, it is a distraction and some productivity time, so I hope that helps. Let's see. So if that is the case, maybe we should just jump right into some things. For those who were not here for the last productivity session, I don't know, we got a couple little articles out of the way. Of course, our very first was the Harvest Belt. That was one I just whipped up day one, I think. Probably. I don't know how time works. But now we also have Blood of the Barrens, which is a crystalline formation found within, of course, the Melokaj Barrens. And they're pretty cool. I was really inspired by, because this is for the Thunder prompt, I was really inspired by like fulgurite crystals that form when lightning strikes sand. So I just thought that was a really cool thing that I could incorporate into this area of my world with the whole desert focus. Maybe there's some rogue storms out there causing some interesting results. We got the prayer wands that I introduced during summer camp in my Stonegrass Lavender article. And so maybe at some point we'll actually get into making a whole article for those. Maybe like my dream is to like make some of these into like full articles at some point, maybe make some art for them, develop them some more. And yeah, so like little prayer ones, I feel like they would just be really cute as doodles. Because I did of course doodle the Stonegrass Lavender. I don't know if people saw that. Maybe I can summon up the where are we? I've edited so many articles since Treasured Companions. Let's see. This little doodle right here. There we go. It's some Stonegrass Lavender. I want to do more art like this. Some sketches and things. Just like simple botanical sketches are really wonderful to me. I love looking at them. I like making them. And so that just says I need to do it more often. It'd be really great. Let's see, I have those in my world also. Heck yes. In my case, the Citizens of the Storm place lightning rods on the beaches to make them in greater quantities, and then turn them into art. Ooh, heck yes. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like people not only having them and finding them, but like making it happen. Encouraging it in certain spots in certain ways so they can harvest it. Is there a link to your collection article? Are you referring to my Spooktober article? I can grab that real quick. I assume we're talking about this one. Yeah, it should be public. Yeah, it is public. Great. Well, of course it's public. It has comments on it. Yeah, I'm silly. My brain just doesn't work sometimes. That's okay. But no, I was really inspired by today's World Anvil stream. Talking about vampires. And it put an idea into my head for my world about how, at least like in a certain region in certain places, like vampires could come to be. I don't know, I kinda want to think of something that I can set up ahead of time to further develop this idea in the future. So I'm just wondering which prompt might that go for the best? Because of course we have pale, but I don't know if they're gonna be pale. I think they're just... Could go with sharp, for their sharp teeth. Could even go with helpless. Just completely helpless to their urges to drink the blood of the mortals. Oh, so many ways to go. Alright, I'm gonna start spouting some mumbo jumbo about the way my world works and the way magic works in my world. But real quick, Malcora, of course, as some of us know, is basically fueled entirely by ley lines and the way they emerge and present themselves in the world, like kind of flooding different types of magic into certain regions. So while the ley lines are, you know, scattered throughout the world and they're like accessible pretty much anywhere, they're going to be places where they're just like flooding their magic into the world. And that's like what changes people, places, and things into just like these different forms based on different types of magic. And so that's all fun and good. But I was thinking, there's the ley line of Genesis, which is like life magic, essentially. You know, like the druid kind of stuff. There's Genesis and atrophy, which is like life and death, growth and decay, you know. Like it's a duality system I have going on. All of the ley lines are. They all have their opposites. But they're not necessarily opposites completely. They're just kind of like, they pair together very well. I was thinking, the ley line of Genesis could create vampires, in my humble opinion. So I'm thinking maybe in some corner of my world, somewhere, somehow, the ley line of Genesis could emerge and basically kind of like imbue certain people with like a crazy amount of life energy. And conversely, other people may not receive this boon from the ley line. And instead, they may in fact kind of develop this hunger. They might be drawn to these people. And so, through some turns of events, they might find that drinking the blood of these empowered people kind of curbs that hunger, makes them feel very good, makes them feel very powerful, and maybe they start getting stronger. But because they are not affected by the boon of the ley line, they're never really satisfied. They're never really satisfied. They kind of start getting this kind of like withdrawal whenever they don't get enough of that energy. On Crispy Frog, good morning. Thank you for the sub. Gosh, 8 months. Man, you've been here from like the beginning, pretty much. Thank you. But yeah, I feel like that'd be a really fun way to spin some vampires for my world, where they're not necessarily in it for the blood, but they're in it for the magic that is in their blood. And so they just kind of need to keep coming back for it. You know, eventually, the emergence of the ley line may pass, and they will no longer have this store of energy to pull from. And I'm wondering what'll happen to them at that point. Because then their source of food is just not going to be there anymore. Will they still crave it if it's not there? Who knows? Will they try to dig deeper? Will they travel to lands that they know are also empowered by the same ley line? Who knows? It could go any way, it could go any direction. And that is something that I think would be super fun to play with. No, so let's see. If that is the way. I think maybe go for helpless? I don't know. We'll go with sharp. Because that makes sense. You know, they're sharp and pointy. They're biting people. They're trying to get that blood. Get it, girl. You know what I mean? So the way I've just been doing this is I've been just making a generic article. I make my generic article first, finish up my concept, and then I decide, okay, which template would this actually suit? And then I just copy and paste it into that template in like a copy of the article, and then I submit the generic article here for the competition or the challenge. It's not really a competition, there's not much competing. Yeah, so let's see. I don't really have a name for what this would be. So what would they be? What would I call them, you know? It's always the hard part, coming up with names. So let's just not do that yet. I don't even know how I would like I don't know which bit of information is the most crucial for me to put it into a stub, you know what I mean? Like, where do I start this? Oh yeah, vampires, yay. There we go, that's my stub. Huzzah! Maybe you can make the focus of the article / name the blood they drink and how the ley line influenced it. True. Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely want to talk about the ley line and the magic and what they're kind of getting out of it. I like call this tooting my own horn a little bit, but I love referencing like the names of my ley lines and things. Like, I just think Genesis is such a cool word. Like, that's just true unrelated to my writing. I just really like the word Genesis. That's probably why I used it. But yeah, no, I just think it's fun to reference the ley lines because I think they all have cool names. Like, I always feel so like cool and edgy whenever I reference the ley line of Oblivion. Like, oh, isn't that just so dark and ominous? Because that would be the main thing that would interest me most, since that's what sets your vampires apart, right? Yes, absolutely. You are so right. Yes, okay. My favorite word is debris, because it visually looks like what the word means. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, debris is cool. There are a lot of fun words. There's so many fun words out there. Every time I think about fun words, I can't help thinking of like menagerie. I think that's such a fun word. It's every time I see it used somewhere, it tickles me. It makes me happy. I love it. Debris makes me think of the French cheese for some reason. Just pass me debris, please. Now I really want to get some brie. Yes, okay. I think a Frenchman saying debris in a very French accent. I would attempt the French accent, but I don't know if that's really... I don't know if that's in my skill set. Katoipoi, hello. Welcome. Katoipoi, we are talking about Genesis vampires. Working title, although it could just be the title. Who knows? Oh, grab some brie while you're here. Yeah, it's the topic of the that's the topic of the moment. Hopping over to hello and hang out while I game prep. Heck yes. I like that as a title. Heck yeah. I mean, I'll make it my working title. Because that just, I mean, like, it describes exactly what it is, and you know, you can always change it later. This is just meant to be a stub to get some ideas flowing, and we can figure things out. Language quirk is that French and Vietnamese are pronounced the same way. Interesting. That is a very interesting language quirk. Let's see. Just need to figure out the appropriate setup for this article. And keep it under 50 words. That's always the dream. This is like day 10,000 of me saying, I wish stubs were a little bit longer. Like, give me 100 words to work with. That'd be really great. At least I could get, like, you know, like a paragraph. Maybe, if that. One paragraph split into 2 very small paragraphs. That'd be nice. But no, we work with what we've got, and we'll make it work. Indeed, we will. Vampires are in the air, and I think I'm going with vampires for the next 3 sessions. Heck yes. Fun fact, my last TPK was at the hand of a vampire. She was very hot and I jumped into a hole for her. I didn't die on impact, but she did go down there and finish me off, so... You win some, you lose some. If you want to lean into the duality bit, you could look at the emergence of vampires as nature balancing itself out. There are now humans imbued with Genesis power, and as a result, vampires are technically imbued with the opposite one. I forget the name that would fulfill this like. True. Oh, that sounds blue envelope. Phrasing. I know what I said. I said what I said. Okay. Listen, don't come for me on this. I know what I said. And I meant every word. I'd do it again. I'm here for it, no shame here. Listen, we can have all the blue anvils we want here, as long as we keep it relatively tame. Relatively. We're mostly adults here, I would hope. I mean, vampires would probably go hand in hand, true. Yeah, so... What is an adult? I wish I knew. I wish I knew what being an adult was. It's scary. Adults are like taxes and joint pain, I think. I think that's the best way to summarize adulthood. Vampire's sexy as fuck. Heck yes. That's the whole idea. If you want to kill your party with style, get some vampires in there. An adult is a liar. A pretender. Indeed, absolutely. Let's see. Genesis vampires. Alright, we're just gonna spit out some words as ungracefully as possible, because I think that's my thing. I'm at the same time as as I'm trying to figure out what to say, I'm also at the same time figuring out how to make it sound good. And I think that's just like tripping me up like you will not believe. So we're just gonna word vomit some things, and hopefully from that we can just like pull something that looks normal and we'll say coherent. Something that flows well. We'll get there. Yeah, Genesis vampires, I don't know, they appear in regions where the ley line of Genesis emerges. Humans are imbued. Ley line's energy. Those who do not receive this boon find themselves drawn to their essence. Which often results in powerful impulse to feed on their Genesis imbued. Oh, I put a 0 in there. Genesis imbued blood. That's 48 words. We did it. Well, actually 47. Yeah, Genesis vampires appear in regions where the ley line of Genesis emerges. As humans are imbued by the ley line's energy, those who do not receive this boon find themselves drawn to their essence, which often results in powerful impulse to feed on their Genesis-imbued blood. Pretty simple. I think it gets the point across. I don't really know how I would rearrange this to make it more compelling. So I think I might just leave it at that and then come back to it maybe during World Ember. Maybe we'll even find a place for them to actually kind of like exist in the world right now. They can be like our first user case. And then they might present themselves differently in other parts of the world. I think that'd be pretty fun. Yeah, so if we view this, it's very, very simple article. What I immediately wonder is what are the ratios? How many vampires per imbued person? This would be hugely shaping the world building. Absolutely. I would really have to think about like how common this is. Like who gets imbued by this magic, first of all? Who doesn't? Like what impacts this? Maybe like not everyone who doesn't get imbued. Like maybe not all of them turn into vampires. Maybe some are immune, maybe some find other magical adaptations from this ley line. Because of course we are working only the sexy people, obviously. Yeah, sorry, if you're sexy, you turn into a vampire whenever a ley line emerges, I'm sorry. But yeah, so of course we do have our 3 different like types of human. We have like divine blood humans, we have elemental blood humans, and we have ley line blood humans. So I feel like Leyborn, the people who have like blood of the ley line pretty much like innately, these would probably be the people who are like the most imbued by it. Like these would be the carriers of the magic in their blood, more likely than not. And I'm wondering if the Eldrot, who are more of like the elemental, like forces of the earth kind of people, like if the Eldrot people, since they are kind of like born of the earth, like they see it's kind of like curbing the imbalance, as Nino said, like maybe these are the people who are most likely to become like these vampires. They're feeding off of this excess of leyline energy. And then the faith kept, they're kind of a mixed bag. Anything can happen to them. Pretty much anywhere. Yeah. So I feel like that could be like a good system to jump off of. So maybe if you are of the elemental blood, you are more likely to become an essence vampire. And if you are leyborn, sorry, you're very delicious in these situations. So yeah, much to think about. It's my favorite part of world building is just figuring stuff out. Let's just, where are we? Footer section. Let's see. Where are we going? Sharp? Yes. Okay, so we will go with Genesis of Vampires. Oh, we're copy and pasting this. That will work out pretty handily with what your lore seems to be. Maybe Faithborn are mediators in the situation. Yeah, that could absolutely be the case. I don't know. I really want to kind of dig into how the different like powers and ancestries kind of like come into play. And so I feel like that'd be a good way to jump into that, at least from like one leyline's point of view. Let's see, where are we? There we go. Oh god, where am I? I have so many tabs open. Yeah, there we go. Again, I'm clicking on all the wrong tabs to do all this stuff. Let's just change this back. I like it the way that it was. Now we just need to go collect the little call-outs and things from our other articles. Go grab Bark Moss, Spooktober. Because of course we're making these all stubs, but specifically for the submission, we're just changing a bunch of preferences, turning off comments, because I don't really want people to comment on the like submission articles. They're more than welcome to come comment on like the actual like proper template stubs that I make. Like I straight up, oh wait, no, that's not gonna work anymore. I always forget that when I change the title and I go refresh the I refresh the preview page, it's not going to work anymore. Oh
Refresh yourselves.
Oh, thank you for the sippy. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I think that's all I need to throw in. I'm clicking buttons. Ah, sippies. Oh, you know, I am excited to share with some of you. I've done some touching up on my world homepage for the first time in like actual years. It's a really cute cup today. Thank you. It's shiny. It's fancy. I bought it for like $5. But yeah, for the first time in years, I've actually done some touch-ups to my world homepage. And look at her.
Yourselves.
Isn't she beautiful? Oh, thank you for the sips. We replaced the map with our favorite. One could even call it award-winning. And this doesn't change. But yeah, so we have this art box that I made. Like I CSS'd myself a version of it. And it is size responsive. So look at this. We just we change everything. Ooh, bam. Look, she's beautiful on all sizes of screen. I've really been on this kick lately. Like that is the kick I've been on recently, is figuring out how to make every single thing that I do look good at every screen size. Because I have a lot of things, articles, that just, you know, you change the screen size and it looks horrendous, you know? And so I want to focus all of my designs on not looking like booty butt every time I change my screen size. Especially like if I'm looking at something on mobile. Calixtus, hi! Welcome, welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'll just look at my favorite article, my little birds here. Cause see, like, this is what most articles of mine look like when I change the size. Like, the images, you know, they become small, and then the text just keeps on going.
Yourselves.
But you know, you get it to that size and it's fine. Why, thank you. Oh, Nino's going to lurk. Thank you for lurking. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And talking to your partner in crime. Do enjoy. Oh, you'll actually fill out the meta. Woo! That's pretty exciting. That's a big deal for me too. I constantly change my screen size and use the Bootstrap 5 breakpoints. Yeah, I only recently kind of learned about them. You know, like I guess I knew that they existed. I knew kind of like the general idea of how they functioned, but I didn't have it like click for me until very recently, and now I'm like, ooh, now everything that I do is going to incorporate this. And so it's been quite the adventure. Cool birds are cool. Yeah, I love my little birds. But yeah, so like my homepage has looked basically exactly the same for several years now. So, you know, same information, same link, same everything. So I'm like, oh, you know, we're just gonna go change some stuff. We're gonna make sure that everything on here is like my own artwork. It's pretty fun. You'll never be the same as a website haver. Yeah, I know. I don't know, I'll have to go see how responsive my actual website is. We'll see how it goes. Oh no, it's oh, not at all actually, as it turns out. That's fine. That's okay. I thought it was better though. Weird. Okay, I literally had the settings different. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, there's some art that I do. For anyone who doesn't know me and my art, I be doing stuff. Check this out. Some swampy adventures. Look at me go. Yeah, no. This is also one of my arts. And so yeah, I'm trying to go on this like giant this escapade, this adventure of kind of going through my content and kind of just like removing every hint of AI from it that I can. You know, I had my little phase where I was like jumping into it and I thought like, oh, this thing's so cool and so helpful. But now I'm like, I just want all of my own art to be on my world, thank you. And so anywhere that you see AI art, hopefully, in due time, it will simply cease to be that way. We can hope, we can dream. This isn't a dream that'll really be able to happen for maybe like the next 2 or 3 months. Very busy. But after those 2-3 months, you know, maybe I'll actually start making some artwork for myself. Maybe I'll actually get back into making my own little sketches, my own little work. And that'll be pretty great. I had the AI phase too, and now I have those same feels. Yeah, I think there are a lot of people in that same boat, and you know, we'll get there. If only there was a possibility to get an AI that you as an artist could train with your own artwork. I think that does exist. I think that is a thing that people do. I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna have art, it should be, you know, handcrafted. If not by me, then by somebody else. You know, it doesn't really matter who made it, as long as someone did. But yeah. Let's see. We have to make ourselves a little thing. It's like junk food, right? It feels good going in. You feel crappy when you're digesting it, right? That's yeah, that's like exactly it. It's like, wow, look at all this cool stuff. It makes my stuff look really cool. And then I look at it more and more, I'm like, it looks cool, but it's not authentic. It doesn't feel good. Let's publish this so we can submit it, so we can actually say that we did something today. There we go. Submit that to Sharp. Bam. And it sucks to get it out, yeah. I know, because like, I don't know, it's gonna feel very underwhelming when I replace like these like illustrations with like sketches all over the place. But like, at least then it's me, you know what I mean? At least then it's like my content and my work. I think that will feel good. When I stop having like the remnants of that in my world, yeah, exactly, it'll feel genuine. It'll be great. Once I purge all of that artwork like from my world, then when I have like a more consistent like quality of artwork, I think then it'll be like really nice. Because then there'll be like this consistent voice throughout, and that'll be fantastic. That'll be really exciting. It's like I got all these bird sketches that I can use. I got all these bird sketches that I can just throw into my world, you know? And I gotta put them in places. Cause I think I made 2 articles during summer camp, I think, where I was able to use the like some of the bird sketches from Bestiary February. And that was really exciting. I think I got to use my pigeon art and I got to use my barn owl art. And so now I have those 2 little articles, the little birds that I drew. Let's see, I feel like that about ChatGPT writing. Can't prove it, but I can hear its robot voice in a lot of articles nowadays. I think it's rude to call out. Yeah, I mean, it is tough sometimes, because like I've watched people write before who kind of have like a robotic tone. And so I never want to be the guy who's like, wow, nice AI art. Not nice AI writing. And they're like, I wrote this with my own hand. And we're like, okay, I apologize. I don't know. I think all that sums up is like, rather than being negative to the people that you think aren't, doing their own stuff, I'm just gonna be positive to the people that I know are. And so I'm just dead inside, sorry. Yeah, that's literally it's like it's like sorry, I just don't feel very strongly. And like I've been there. I have read some of my writing when I was in a rut and like wowee. Wowee, I do not feel like a person wrote those things. But it's okay. Yeah, I'm definitely more in the boat of like positive feedback is better than negative feedback. So you see the people who are doing good stuff on their own, like doing their own handmade stuff, you're like, yeah, cheer for them. And everyone else who's not doing that, they can just keep doing their own thing. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna police anybody. I don't think that's not my style. I don't want to tell people what to do. A lot of the AI detection programs for writing also can't tell the difference between AI and human written. It's been a big complaint in the freelance writer Reddit communities I'm part of. Yeah. It's like how really can you tell, especially when AI like everything, like it has been getting better. It has been improving like bit by bit. It is getting harder to tell. So I don't know, at this point we just support the people that we like, and everyone else they just do their own thing, and that's okay. I think that is the best way to go about this. At least at this point. AI still doesn't understand language. It's pretty obvious with longer passages. Well, yeah, because like with longer passages, it's a lot harder to hide like inconsistencies. Because then like you'll see like kind of like backtracking on things, over explaining things, details being changed and shifted because like the voice, the language just doesn't stay consistent. No, I don't know. I haven't like used the stuff enough to like kind of see how it writes. And I don't really know that I've read a lot of it from other people. At the very least, if I did, I couldn't really tell. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's like all of my familiarity with AI is like purely in the art side of things
yourselves.
and not in the writing side of things. Thanks for the sip. So yeah, I haven't used it. My honey has to deal with it as a challenge prof. Yeah, college professor. Yeah, no, I imagine. I cannot even imagine how many people are like using it for assignments and things. Like, oh my god. It's like we've added like a completely new layer to like the shit that teachers have to deal with when grading papers. Like now you really have to read it and squint at it like, okay, does something write this for you? Like is this how you write normally? It's the return of in-class essay writing as opposed to take-home essays. Okay, so that one is submitted. So we need to go back to our dashboard. Oh, but okay, would this be a species? I think okay, so on the topic of Genesis vampires in my world, which is what we've just written, I would consider this to be like a flavor of humanity. Kind of way like the way that I have like the way that I have my Iskani, like at their core, every single like person in Malcora is a human at their base. It's just what they've been kind of like changed into and transformed into because of the ley lines. So I've been considering, I think I've been using like the species template for all of those because like while they are humans, oh my god, I hope you guys don't hear my stomach rumbling. It's like insane right now. No, I've been considering each of them species, kind of like a subspecies of humanity. So I'm thinking that these vampires, maybe one day I'll like come up with a different name for them to kind of like better describe them or like differentiate them from, you know, is it curable? Like once they become a vampire, can they ever go back to not living that way? I don't think so. But I'm trying to figure out how exactly, like, how the different races of my world actually function. Because I think it could actually be possible that like if the magic of the ley lines like disappears from a region, I think that region might just turn back into kind of like what it's naturally supposed to be. Maybe of course like with some remnants of what was before with the ley lines. But ultimately things would return kind of like back to normal, back to their natural state. And so I'm thinking the people probably would too. But like that's true for like any flavor of them and wouldn't just be for these. I'm thinking maybe some changes could be permanent. Like maybe they do still have a hunger of some kind. Maybe at that point, rather than them being like, you know, actual vampires and like kind of impulsively driven to feed off of people, maybe they're just left with a magic addiction. Maybe they're just addicted to magic and now they need to like find ways to do it. Now that they're not crazed by it, they're not like killing people over it, but they still need to get their fix somehow. So I think, Cause like the nature of pretty much everything in Malcor is that it's pretty fleeting, like it's pretty transient. Nothing is necessarily permanent. So I think I would call it a species. Like it's like this is a flavor of person. There we go. Let's call it this. We'll do our little copy paste. And there we go. And that is our actual stub, and not just the one that we're submitting. Let's see. There we go, the Genesis vampire species. We will grab the article block for this. Close the homepage, we don't need that open anymore. I don't need this open either. Or do we? Because now I'm wondering how I actually did this. Sections, footer. Okay. I'm just so neurotic about my formatting. If it doesn't look exactly the same, it's just... There we go. So we'll just do this little... Spelled that wrong. There we go. Genesis Vampires. Perfect. Okay, so mild tangential thought. One of these vampires at their region ends up having the magic retreat. They return to a more normalized state. In an attempt to sate their magical addiction, implants a powerful source of magic in their body to flood it with its magic. I do so wonder how that might play out. Ooh. That could be very fun. But you saying implants a powerful source of magic into their body, now I'm just thinking about Gale from Baldur's Gate. Oh, I know that's a completely different situation. But honestly, I think me thinking about him is like completely unrelated. I think I just like thinking about my husband. But yeah, absolutely. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 articles. We only have 5 of 13. That's fine. We'll get there. I know that this is like, I don't know. We've only done one today, but I feel like a lot of kind of foundational world building has occurred in the process, at least inside my brain. So thank you guys for all your little suggestions and quips and tidbits about this topic. Please come, please, Comrade Maps. Oh, been having an inkling that I want to get back into World Anvil. Watching you work so far has been inspiring. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, and thank you for following. So much appreciated. Yeah, I am basically a walking advertisement for World Anvil. I will always recommend it to anybody who is interested, to anybody who is a world builder. And, you know, this community at the same time is just so wonderful. How can we not? All right. So let's think of a couple more things that maybe we can work on today. See, World Anvil's the best. I love it. Yes, see, exactly. We love World Anvil here. Ooh, okay. I wanted to write about... I don't have any articles for my ley lines, actually. So I'm thinking we might take this moment. You gonna drown Verdi in one of your articles? I have to. You gotta. I don't know exactly what that will look like this year, but we'll see. But yes, so okay. We want to make some articles for our ley lines. I have him stuck in an underwater ley line that won't let him go. Oh no. I guess we'll have to. We'll have to drown him. But the question is, should I make like a whole article about that or just keep it as a stub? Because I don't know how much energy I have for a full article in like the next couple of weeks. I miss the community, used to be active in the Discord. Heck yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be good to have you back. Let's see. We'll go to our dashboard. Let's make our generic article. We have our ley line. We have the ley line of Oblivion. So this is one of those articles that should already exist in my world, but most certainly does not. Somehow. This is like the foundational ley line that kind of like defines Malcora's history. Like the destructive force that kind of cast it into darkness, and then upon being driven back, this is where we are today. So it's kind of silly that I don't have an article for it yet. And that water just tried to kill me. Right. So this should be a pretty simple write-up. I already know what this is. I'll just need to come up with more ideas for it later when I expand the article a little bit more. Let's see. The line of Oblivion. Let's see, the ley line of Oblivion carries... So what do you world build for? Novel, story, RPG, something else? If you don't mind me asking, not trying to interrupt the workflow. Oh, don't you worry. That is completely fine. If I didn't want to be interrupted, I wouldn't stream. But yeah, no, I kind of just world build for the personal enjoyment. Like, it's just kind of a creative outlet for me. I would like at some point maybe to make like, you know, like an RPG setting out of my world. That'd be really fun. I think it'd be really fun to have players, you know, just like running around and exploring my world. But for the most part, it literally is just like I'm a silly little artist, silly little writer. out here in this world with too many ideas to just keep inside of my brain. So I take them outside of my brain and I put them on World Anvil. And I share it with all of you. I'd love to get into some short stories. Frankly, I would love at some point to make a novel. That'd be really cool. I think it'd be really fun. But yeah, right now it doesn't really have like a specific purpose. You're not silly? No, I do not use silly as a negative. I'm absolutely very silly. Silly, like I'm the silliest of geese. And I need to get back into the pond. Like that is what I'm talking about right now. And so, yeah, world building is like my outlet for creativity. It lets me do stuff, it lets me create stuff. And in the process of doing stuff and creating stuff, I get to make friends who also like to do stuff and create stuff. So everybody wins, I think. Leyline. Oh man. I was going to say that the Leyline of Oblivion is what carries like dark magic, but it doesn't. It doesn't carry magic at all. It's like it's a void, is what it is. It consumes magic. It eats magic. It is the polar opposite to the Leyline of Potency, which is the leyline that like carries ample magical force. It is like the arcane, like the source of the arcane, pretty much. And so like the leyline of Potency like elevates other forms of magic wherever it goes, whereas the leyline of Oblivion eats it. If the leyline of Oblivion emerges somewhere, all magic just kind of ceases to flow in that region. And because of that, I'm sure we can see why that kind of cast the world of Malcora into a dark age for a very long time. Because this ley line, or you know, like the branches of it, came to be widespread at one point. Yeah, I just like to create. I've danced around novel writing, playing D&D with my world, short stories. Ultimately, it's just fun to make stuff. Exactly. That's like exactly the boat I'm in. Does Leyline of Oblivion try and follow the Leyline of Potency? I imagine that these ley lines share a lot of the same real estate. Like they kind of occupy the same paths, the same channels. And just whichever one happens to be the most awake at the time is just kind of the one that rises and bubbles up to the top. And so it is a lot more likely that if one of these ley lines emerges in a place, the other half of the duality is more likely to pop up there in the future, if not like the same ley line again in the future. Let's see. I thought this would be an easy write-up, but now I'm like thinking, okay, how do I describe this in a way that makes sense to me? Oh, goodness. I don't know, I'm like, brain off. Brain good. Brain great. Oh, yeah. Leyline of Oblivion is... So, Leyline of Oblivion is a consuming force. Like other ley lines of Malcora. Carry. Leyline of Oblivion is a consuming force, unlike other ley lines of Malcora, which carry different forms of magic. Whenever the Leyline of Oblivion emerges, other forms of magic are snuffed out. void. Okay. Oh, I feel like I just like the structure of the sentence. Unlike other ley lines of Malcora, which carry different forms of magic, the ley line of Oblivion is a consuming force. I just think it sounds better that way. I don't know. Is there anything I can fit in here that occupies less than 9 words? Maybe if I replace that with this ley line emerges. Hmm. Say this is rumored to be the cause. The nameless unlike other ley lines of Malcora. Void. Which be the cause of the nameless age. There we go. 49 words. Perfect. Perfect, beautiful, lovely. We love to see it. Let's see. Ley line of Oblivion. Unlike other ley lines of Malcora, which carry different forms of magic, the ley line of Oblivion is a consuming force. Wherever this ley line emerges, other forms of magic are snuffed out, leaving a magical void behind. This is rumored to be the cause of the nameless age. Everything regarding Malcora's ancient history is indeed rumored because nobody knows anything about anything in this world. That's kind of the whole premise. Like, they're trying to figure it out, but they have no clue. Things are just all over the place. Honestly, how are we to know our own millennia's old history, even in the real world? Let's see. So yeah, that looks good to me. And now this, and this is our little Spooktober 2023 article. Let's grab this little header. Header section. And you. So, we didn't actually have it open. Woohoo! Alright, there we go. There's one more article off the list. Publish that, refresh. We hit the little button that says void. And there we go. Now let's see, give me... Did I actually submit the article? Genesis fan. Okay, I did. Good. Good. So yeah, my original plan for this event was to do all of these prompts. I mean, you know, we're doing stubs. They're not hard to do. And I think I still could. But at this point, I'm a busy creature. My life is in shambles 24/7. We know how it is. My only real goal is to get the badge. And that's anything that we get done on top of that will be awesome. That'll be fantastic. But we're not gonna push it. And I think that's an important thing. Everyone, self-care is important. Everyone, if you have your sips, take some sips. You know, in fact, I'm gonna redeem my own sip.
Refresh yourselves.
That's for all of you. Refresh yourselves, please. And another
Refresh yourselves.
sip. Everyone, drink your water. Stretch your little hands, your little typing fingies.
Refresh yourselves.
Oh, sips. Thank you. No sips here, but I've got Thin Mints. Hey, Thin Mints are pretty cool. They're not my kind of cookie, but for those who love them, I know that it's basically crack. So, you know, I consider that self-care. I'm a Samoa's kind of person myself. That's just me. Now I have to... I don't love them, that's just what I have right now. Oh my gosh. Off for dinner, thank you for the chill stream. Keep kicking article butt, thank you! Thank you, enjoy your dinner, heck yes. For work this morning, I made fried apples. Ugh. I wish. That's what I need in my life right now. Oh, and see, I have a custom article template for ley lines here. That's pretty sick. I don't actually know that I've actually put anything in here, but I like opening my articles list and seeing things that are marked with like special, little special templates, the custom templates. Because like it tells you, it's like, oh, this is ley line. That makes me happy. I'd like to try a Florentine. I don't know what that is. I don't know what those are. Here we go. There we go. Ley line of Oblivion. Save. We'll call it published. Yeah, see what I'm talking about here? It's like ley line of Oblivion, and like it has the custom template here. It's just ley line. That's pretty cool. Because naturally, all the other articles do it too. Like, you know, you have species here, and article, and person, ethnicity, all these different things. So even though I don't have anything in the custom template, it just, I don't know, it just makes me happy that I have that label. Florentine cookies. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see what these are. Lace cookies. I mean, this seems like something I would like, so maybe one day. One of these days, perhaps. See, I have one for characters because I'm picky about topic order. So satisfying, heck yes. Mind blown. Just got jinxed by an advert. Oh gosh. How did this happen? Why are you empty? Did I goof something? Oh wait, what? Hold on. Where am I? Oh, I put it in the footnotes. Why did I do that? Where am I? How did this happen? Okay, so there we go. I guess we can hide the sidebar because we're not using that right now. We'll bring it back later. It's fine. This doesn't make sense for there to be a sidebar if there's nothing in the sidebar. was singing and the ad said the same words I was singing. It's a simulation. Oh my god. Yeah, it's they're always watching. This is just a fact. We know that. We know this to be true. Alright. Do you ever do CSS? Oh yeah. I do a ton of CSS. Like I'll just show you my world real quick. Like, this is what my world looks like. I did all the CSS myself. So yeah, I do a lot of messing around with CSS. Like this the code for this world is absolute spaghetti. Like, I'm not gonna lie to anybody, this is beyond spaghetti. We're just gonna watch it scroll for a minute. It's still going. No, it's yeah, like I'm very happy with the result. It's just like, when I say that this code is spaghetti, I mean, like, it is a mishmash of stuff that I have done, like, from my earliest days on World Anvil to, like, just last night when I made this like reactive image box. It spans like an entire length of 5 years. There's so much redundant stuff in this code. Like, one of my goals, maybe for next year, is to, like, I just open up a little test world and completely rebuild my current CSS, just like better. So it won't really look different, it'll just be written much cleaner. And I'll actually make use of variables, because those things are chef's kiss. I love them. I love variables. I'm so glad I found out about how those work. Let's see, is World Anvil great to use? I would say so. I think World Anvil is fantastic. A lot of people kind of jump onto World Anvil and they get overwhelmed by it, and that's, like, totally fair. There's a lot to it. For writing a story? Well, for writing a story, there's, like, the manuscript feature, and so you can very much write your stories on World Anvil. And then if there's any world building that you want to do as kind of like part of that story, you can create your world, you can make some articles for yourself. If you don't want people to see it, you can keep it private. Although I think free accounts don't get to do private worlds. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not the like story writer user case, so it's hard for me to kind of explain whether or not it'd be right for you, because I don't really know all the nuances of that side of things. Can you make a map and put it in your book? So World Anvil is not a map making software. So you cannot, like, craft your maps on World Anvil. But if you have an image, like, this is a map image that I made, and you can upload that map. Oh gosh, pop-ups. You can upload your map and make it interactive. So, like, this is that image that we were just looking at, and so there's, like, little, I sprinkle little icons in here. There's little descriptions and write-ups of things. Like, here are some of the regions and little pins and things. And so, no, you can't create a map on World Anvil, but you can put it on World Anvil, upload the image, and then make it interactive and, like, give people a tour of your world and allow people to, like, look at this stuff up close if that's what they want to do. Like, the strength of World Anvil is, like, presenting your work to people. So, you bring in the work that you have made, and you put it on World Anvil, and you format it in such a way that's like, here's stuff for people to read and explore. I think that's my favorite part. I get to show people my stuff, and I get to go look at it, and they get to tell me about it, and it's really great. so what was I actually looking at before? Oh, I need to grab this. A little article block. Slippery slope here. What's the slippery slope here? Don't get me started on maps. Oh gosh. Hitting buttons I do not mean to hit. Have you read my name? It does indeed have the word maps in there. Am I to understand that you're a big fan of map making? Oh god, what tab am I in? I'm always forgetting what tabs I'm in and what I'm actually doing in those tabs. Okay, so that article is submitted and done. We love to see it. Now, did I add the entry? Yes, I did. Good. Let's see, we get this little tag in here. Leyline of Oblivion. I made a map for Spooktober I'm very happy with. Ooh. Heck yes. I was a large fanatic, yes. Heck yeah. Is it somewhere I can see? Oh yeah. If you want to throw a link in chat, you're more than welcome to. It's about Ghost Boy. Heck yeah. I think I did look at it though. I think I've been like peeping at different people's articles just all through. I'm like, oh man, people are doing some cool stuff. Oh, I love Ghost Boy. Yeah, me too. It's so fun whenever I see people doing like entire challenges based off of like one central theme. Yeah, cryptic map of the zone. Heck yes. Hope you don't mind if I do a little sneak peek here. Ah, things are flipping over. Yeah, the zone map. Your CSS adventures are always so fun to me. Like I just never expect to see them. And yeah, so there's the interactive version. And oh my god, this this little like comic cover that you made is just so good. Killflayer, I choose you. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Katoy is a star. Always making something really cool. Let's... You're so welcome. Let's see, can I get done like maybe another one or two today before I stop streaming? Currently figuring out how to kill my players with vampires in 2 hours and 41 minutes. Heck yes. I hope the player killing goes well. I'm looking at the at all the prompts that I haven't done, trying to see which one speaks to me the most. Incorporeal, despair, helpless, specter, crow. You know, I'm going to do prompt number 10, and that's Claw. I'm going to make that article the Leyline of Genesis. Because when I look at the little prompt, the Claw prompt, the latest comic cover I did was based on the one shot we did. It's about can opener killing Otto the Auto Gnome. Oh, I miss Otto. It's about Claw. All right, now I have to do Claw. Ooh, more links for me to click on. Otto the Autonoman Ghost Boy. 1,000 Ways to Die. Oh my gosh. The cause of the Tambanocrano. Oh. Oh my god, let's just hi. Oh gosh, poor Otto. I love that Ghost Boy's just back there like, hey folks, this guy's dead. I'm not done, I was gonna put little pictures of characters around him. Oh. Oh, that game was so fun. Oh, but yeah, my take on prompt number 10, Claw, being the ley line of Genesis. I keep looking at this and thinking of like the druids of the Claw from World of Warcraft. I almost said World Anvil. That's not. Those might exist on World Anvil. I don't know. People do a lot of World of Warcraft based worlds. I think I saw this artwork on Discord. Maybe it's very possible. I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of these have been shared. I think I definitely saw the Sergeant Killflare "I Choose You" cover on Discord. Yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking. I keep thinking of the druids of the Claw in this one. So like druids life. It just makes sense. World War of Anvilcraft. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, we'll make our little article here. Leyline of Genesis. Yeah, because one of my biggest goals right now is to kind of set up a whole bunch of stubs for my world that I feel like are kind of foundational to the world that haven't I just haven't brought to life yet. Are we talking about crab claws or beast claws here? Maybe both. I could consider a crab to be a beast. Well, let's see. Leyline of Genesis. Crab claws, rather than wolf armor, to be honest. Flames. Oh. Okay. Leyline of Genesis carries. Carries the magic of life and vitality. At Malcora. See, sometimes the most important ones are the hardest to get out there. In my experience, I get too picky with them in my head. I procrastinate on even if it's important. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Every time, oh gosh, I think I just like I get too in my head about it, you know what I mean? So I think like I don't know, I hype it up so much in my brain, like, wow, this is such an important article. It's so informative of the world. And then I sit down to write, I'm like, how do I not make this sound bad? I need this to be good. I need this to like represent my world. And then I just get too into it, you know? It's rough out there. It's really rough out there. Alright, Leyline of Genesis carries the magics of life and vitality throughout Malcora. Wherever the line emerges, life surges. Resulting in effects ranging from rapid overgrowth. Rapid overgrowth. see. Resulting effects ranging from rapid overgrowth to duration. Abundance of megafauna. Yeah, so wherever the ley line of Genesis emerges, just it says like life surges, resulting in effects ranging from rapid overgrowth to mass proliferation and abundance of megafauna. So things get big, they grow quite a lot, things proliferate kind of like at a rapid rate. Because it really is just like this outpouring of like life essence. And so the environment around it needs to figure out a way to kind of use that essence. So maybe things get really big. Maybe things are just growing in large number and rapidly. So it's a lot of good things can happen, but also a lot of bad things can happen. Things like this can cause a lot of destruction. So we shall see. So I was trying to make the body of every article a short story. Lots of work. Oh gosh, yeah, for sure. Girl like cancer? Yeah, honestly. The natural cycles of this world feel fascinating with these ley lines. Heck yes. Yeah, I really love playing around with magic systems. Like they excite me. I think they're really cool and fancy and fun. And so a lot of the development of my world is like me trying to figure out how exactly does it work here. And in 5 years of messing around with this world, you'd think I would know the answer to that, but no. I feel like I'm always learning something else, something new about my world. Oh, curse those ads. How could they do this to me? Yeah, okay, so. Yeah, the balance. Balance is something that is very... It is something that we started to address with those vampires we were talking about earlier.
Refresh yourselves.
Thank you for the sip. Oh, many, many thanks. Again, I'm trying to think, like, do I want to add another sentence to this? Or is this good for just a stub where we need to begin? Welcome back. I think it's fine. Very good, very good. Something like, oh, do I want to mention the ley line of atrophy, or is it just like... I like that it makes kaijus. Yeah, it definitely could. Definitely could. Let me put a ley line of Genesis emergence in the ocean and see what happens. It could be fun. That's all I'm gonna say. It could be very silly. Vampire kaiju? Oh, how horrifying. And they need to get a lot of food somewhere. Atrophy, my bane. Yeah, so like there's the ley line of Genesis, and its opposite is the ley line of atrophy. So naturally life surges where the ley line of Genesis emerges, and life kind of withers away where the ley line of atrophy emerges. And so that'll be a very fun thing to explore. I do have a region in my world where I have kind of like set the ley line of atrophy to kind of be in full effect. And I actually wrote one article for it during World Ember, I believe. Yes, and that was the Servid Revenant. And so it's kind of like this walking, shambling husk of a giant deer. And they just kind of watch you. They kind of just look at you. And looking at them gives you like this such intense feeling of like dread that like you're not coming any closer to them. And if you do, bad things happen. I wonder how many the life finds a way philosophy plays out near the ley line of atrophy. Oh yeah, life most certainly finds a way. And that's kind of I don't know, that's kind of like the whole philosophy of this world is like the way that the world evolves around these ley lines. Like this is literally a force of death, but people are going to find a way to live there. Um this one is for I believe the one Ascendia player in the chat. Um rest in peace that game. I miss it so much. But the way that we had druids of the radiant variety and of the eventide variety, there's like the life and the death. Like we are able to heal people with the magic of like decay because they're a little bit, they're a little undead themselves. We prolong life by using death magic because there's just like a different flavor of life going on, you know? So life will certainly find a way. And the agents of decay, like fungi, for example. Oh, this is really cool, but I gotta go help the fam. Can I get a link to your world so I can read up later? Oh, heck yeah, of course. Let's see, I do have the tab open, heck yeah. Here's a little link for anyone who is interested. Yeah, Pathfinder has that too with negative and positive energy, where negative energy heals the undead, yeah. Yeah, so life certainly finds a way. And kind of like I was saying with Malcora, like the whole premise of the world is like, life does indeed find a way. See you around, see you, enjoy. Humanity evolves with this magic, and so does like the entire world. And so rather than being obliterated by these rapid changes in the world, they grow and change alongside them. So this is like, it's just, there's so much for me to explore, and it's really exciting for me. We'll mention the ley line of atrophy, because why not, right? The ley line of Genesis carries the magics of life and vitality throughout Malcora, opposite to the ley line of atrophy, which carries death and decay. Wherever the ley line emerges, life surges, resulting in effects ranging from rapid overgrowth to mass proliferation and an abundance of megafauna. There are, of course, more. I just can't think of them right now. And that just covers the main bases. Let's see, what did I do that for? Claw, that's right. Bam. We can close the homepage, because we don't really need that anymore. Grab this header. Turn off comments. Header, bam. On our little Spooktober 2023. She is published, she is ready. Add this little break line. Refresh. And we submit for Claw. Excellent, excellent. So now let's make ourselves a little little article for this ley line. Just its own. Ley line of Genesis. We grab this. It is published. So yeah, I figure all of the stubs that I make during Spooktober, they're all going to be published. So everyone can kind of just like see them. Maybe I'll link them in places wherever they happen to come up. But we'll see. That looks pretty good so far. Oh wait, no, I was not supposed to close that yet. So I just need to grab. Oh, I need to turn off the sidebar too. It looks a little weird with nothing in there. Turn off sidebar. Where are we now? Okay, I think that's fine. Article block. Copy. Spooktober version. Get this in here. There we go. Oh, and in here we can... There we go, Leyline of Genesis. The actual article can be linked here. And now, bam, we have our little stub. So let's just get our little link in here as well. Leyline of Genesis. I'm glad we get that little tie-in with the vampires that we already made today. Oh, I didn't hit enough buttons before refreshing. So there we go. Claw. Oh, sleepy. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are at 7 out of 13. We're already halfway through. Look at us go. So let's see. I would like to make an article for the ley line of potency. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, you know, despair. You know, maybe I'll do nausea. That can be our little ley line of atrophy. Alright, because I already have the idea, we're gonna do that. Go back to my dashboard. My article. Our little ley line of atrophy. Every time I write down the word atrophy, I always want to end it with an E. Like Persephone atrophy, you know? I just always feel compelled to do it that way. But that's not how you spell it, actually, as it turns out. Yeah, the ley line of atrophy carries the magics of death and... Ooh, I keep typing things wrong. Wowie! Apostrophe. Yeah, exactly. 100%. It's like, see, they spell apostrophe that way, why not spell atrophy that way, right? A consistent spelling system in my English language? No, sir. Not like this. Okay. Set to the ley line of Genesis, which carries life and vitality. I feel like all of these leyline article stubs are going to be formatted basically the same way. It's like, the ley line of this carries this, opposite to the other ley line, which carries this opposite thing. And so that's just kind of going to be how it works. And then follow up of wherever this ley line emerges, such and such happens. You know, we just gotta keep it simple. The time to make it all like fun and add some flair to it is later on when I actually develop these articles beyond their little 50-word constraint. Let's see, wherever this ley line emerges. Decay follows. How do I want to describe this? How did I describe it in here? Yeah, resulting in effects ranging from such and such and such. We could do the same thing here. Resulting in effects such as... Yeah, such as withering life, proliferation of fungus. Proliferation of fungus and carrion crawlers. And we'll just think of one more little and to add to the end of this. We'll just say and undeath. Because undeath is pretty cool. There we go, we got 48 words. Spooktober 2023. Once again, we shall cannibalize our little formatting. I just need to stop hitting all my buttons wrong. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, leyline of atrophy. What are we doing again? Nausea? I would say so. Seems good to me. When everything around you is rotting and festering, it makes sense that maybe you get a little nauseous, a little queasy. Just a little. Come back here. What about our ley line? Let me just copy this over. As our not submitted article. Sections, display article, sidebar, no. References allow comments off. Okay, great. So right here. That's atrophy. see where we are now. There we go. I'm excited for the progress. So now we're at 8 out of 13. We're coming very close to like the end of the or like, you know, the end. We still got almost halfway to go. So let's see. Oh, you have more than me. Woo! Look at me go. I'm just racing on through. Just do this article real quick. Grab the article block. You know, I actually want to change. I haven't been changing the slugs on these URLs. Yeah, line of atrophy. I have 7, but I'm thinking about mine too hard and work has been busy AF. Yeah, I feel that 100%. I haven't been super busy with work. We're kind of like in this weird spot where I don't really have a lot to do right now. But I'm not used to not doing a lot at work, so I'm kind of like, when am I getting swamped with work again? Because I know it's gonna happen. One of these days. I'm just swamped with all the other stuff I'm doing outside of work. The stuff that's not actually my job, but I'm, you know, doing on the side. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, the little slugs don't really matter on my Spooktober submission articles, because they're getting deleted anyway. You are submitted, very good. Let's jump back to our challenge page just to make sure. Wait, hold on. That's on my challenge page. There we go. Your progress page. That's what I'm supposed to click on. Yeah, 8 out of 27 complete. Huzzah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, because we're on the topic of the ley line of atrophy now, I'm thinking about this region of my world. It's Balogor. That's the region that I'm discussing here. Um, like this is like your frozen undead wasteland kind of region. And you know, like it's a common trope, right? Where you just have like this frozen land of dead and decaying things. You know, you got Ice Crown in World of Warcraft. Of course, we got all the undead running around everywhere. It's not gonna be quite the same that way. But I definitely want to go with like kind of I want to go with like that kind of undead naturey theme. So like creatures born of like rotting flesh and like plant life and just kind of like these walking amalgamations of things. It's a common trope. Someone can make a zombie jungle. It could be you. It could be. And you know, there are places in my world where that could absolutely fit. And so we'll see. Cordyceps zombie should be there. Yes, 100%. Yeah, I am. I have a region of my world that like is like it is a jungle, pretty much. I just haven't really gone into it and explored it very much yet. But I could absolutely see pockets of that jungle where this ley line is like, "Hey guys, how do you feel about zombies?" And they're like, "What?" And then, you know, just everything kind of falls apart for everybody. Nobody has a good time except the zombies maybe. So it'll be a lot of fun. So I will say, it's not off the table. Ah, dropping things. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's some good prompts out here that I have yet to do. Incorporeal. I think incorporeal might be the place for the ley line of potency. Because it is not in itself necessarily like a form of magic, but just the potency of magic, the strength of the arcane. So we're just gonna do that. And maybe, I don't know, if I can get this one done quickly, we'll do another one after. But if not, we'll see if this is the last one. There we go. Leyline of Potency. Oh wait, no. I hold off on adding all the Spooktober stuff until after, when I know I've achieved the ideal word count. Just to avoid having complications later on. Let's see, the Leyline of Potency. Oh, I feel like I should base this off of how I wrote the Leyline of Atrophy. Not Atrophy. Oblivion. I'm just gonna copy and paste this and rewrite it. Yeah, unlike other ley lines of Melkora, which carry different forms of magic, the leyline of Potency. Leyline of Potency is empowering force? I don't know. Oh, amplifying. I think that's the word I should use. Amplifying force. Or this ley line emerges. Other forms of magic are empowered. We'll use empowered there. Yes, unlike other ley lines of Melkora, which carry different forms of magic, the ley line of Potency is an amplifying force. Wherever this ley line emerges, other forms of magic are empowered, bolstering their effects and the range of other emergences found within. Let's see, bolstering their effects. Bolstering their effects and not the range of any other emergences found within. And the range of any other emergences found within Potency's influence. There we go. There she is, the ley line of Potency. Our beautiful, our beloved. She brings all of the magic. There we go. Spooktober 2023. Give me this header. Let's drop one of these first. There we go. Turn off comments on this article. Get a little refresh in there. Incorporeal. Like, I like incorporeal for the fact that like it's not really its own form of magic. It's just kind of there, floating around, empowering others. Oh, I need to. Well, let's see. We just keep opening more and more tabs. Now we make another ley line here. Ley line of Potency. Copy all of this. Make section, turn off the sidebar, because that's, it's just not there. There we go. It's just a cute little stub right there. Put this article block in here. We can link to potency. And no, she is beautiful perfect. And now we don't even have to relink it, we can just copy the entire thing from here. And bam, it is in there with the appropriate article link. Ugh, we have a completed row, my friends. 1, 2, and 3. We have a couple little like tic-tac-toe situations, like we have 1, 2, 3 across. It's a nice feeling, yes. I know, like every time I make an article like this, I see all of the I see all the little fields getting like filled in kind of out of order. I'm like, oh man. I need to fill these gaps. And that's going to be the primary driving force that gets me to finish more articles than just 13. I'm trying hard not to let the symmetry affect what I pick. It's hard. I know. I like, especially with summer camp, when I look at my little progress sheet, I'm like, oh man, there's one little article left in here in this like section that I haven't done yet. I have to submit something. I have to. I need to come up with something for cryptic. I absolutely do. Like no matter what happens, that one needs to happen. But yeah, we have stubs for 1, 2, 3, and now 4 of my ley lines. That's really exciting. Watch me forget the number of things within my own world. I think there are 8 of them. Maybe even 10. Maybe even 10. I'm gonna have like an event if I don't remember what all of them are. Okay, so we have the ley lines of Revelation and I want to say obscurity. Maybe. Something about light and dark, truth and falsehood. Those 2 things. We have celerity and abeyance. Celerity for the quickness, fast moving. Abeyance for kind of being stationary, solid, absolute. We have agitation and something else. Oh man, I should know. This is why I need articles for all these things, because I am forgetting my own content. What did I call the opposite? The ley line of agitation. We'll figure it out one day. No, now I need to know. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Probably, like, in my own Discord. Aha! We did it. Ley line of agitation and inertia for activity and passivity. There we go. Yes, it is indeed ley line of revelation and obscurity. Ley line of genesis and atrophy. Abeyance and celerity. Agitation and inertia. And potency and oblivion. So we have our ley lines basically control essence in the form of potency and oblivion. So abundance of energy and a complete void of energy, essence. We have vision, which is revelation and obscurity. We have life, which is genesis and atrophy. Form, which is abeyance and celerity. So kind of the difference between earth and air. And energy, agitation and inertia. So from these different from these specific controls, we have different forms of magic and the way that they affect the world. So yeah, there are a lot of fun things to play with. Oh, and that's like if we got a little Leyline of Revelation and Obscurity, that'd be fun. The Leyline of Revelation is what has emerged in my region Everbright, which has cast the sun upon the land 24/7, all the time, sort of bleeding into Bolcon. That's something that we talked about in summer camp last year. That was fun. Those are some regions that I really liked writing about, and I look forward to coming back to them one day in the future. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if that is the case, we should definitely write about them. Buzzing me. I don't know, but it's 4 o'clock. Can we... We're gonna do one more. We're gonna try to do one more. So we can get ourselves to a nice even 10. That'd be really cool. Let's see what I need to do. No, not this one. This other one. Navigation, Leyline of Potency. Get rid of that law at the end of that. I'm gonna have to go back through all of my, not my submissions, but the little actual stubs. And just go change up the little URL slugs. Because I know I did it for a bunch of them, but not all of them. Alright, so let's go back to the dashboard. We are going to do... I mean, honestly, okay. We have not... Well, no, we have... Yeah, we have 9 articles right now. And we have 4 ley lines that we could very quickly work through. And that can be our badge. And I think I'm gonna stick around until we finish it. That'll be our goal. That'll be our cutoff. We will not be ruled by the laws of time. No, no. So the bell does not dismiss this class, I do. So we're gonna knock out a couple more articles for these ley lines. This is gonna be it. Spooktober is going to be the event where I actually put my ley lines into writing. There we go. It'll be a monumental time for me. Ruled by the power of badgering. Yes, I'm going to badger all of you as I get my Spooktober badge. Alright, so we have... Oh, hold on. How many have I not done so far? So we've done 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 6 more that we could do. I'm going to stop at 4 today. But maybe some other time soon. Let's see. When does this event end again? Let me just check the oh, hold on, that page isn't gonna show me anything. Who has arrived? Dazzly Cat, hello at the party of 6. How are we doing? You are so very lucky that you've come to me at this time when I've just decided I'm not actually cutting stream right now. We're going to be continuing. We're getting the Spooktober badge. Little shout out for you. How are you doing today? What was on the agenda? What were you working on? Yes, we are carrying on our stream until we finish our Spooktober badge goal. And from there, we'll just see what happens. So welcome, Raiders. Hello, I'm Strixline. I am an Anvilite, one of your silly little sages over there. And I'm just working on some stuff. Good, writing a spooky story. For a battle before the big spooky boss. Ooh, that's so exciting. That's so cool. You got a little sip in your honor. Thank you very much for coming on by and joining us. Wasteland Ranger, hello, hello. Greetings. Oh, and there's a little CSS tidbit that I need to go change in my world. The way the buttons look in spoilers. Alright. Now we wanted to look at the competition homepage for Spooktober. I just wanted to see when we are finished. Okay, it will close during the World Anvil live stream on October 28th. Okay, okay. Sick. So, next weekend, next Saturday, we'll come back and we'll do even more Spooktober stuff. Maybe we'll wrap up the rest of the ley lines that we have to do. We'll get some more ideas in there, maybe write about some of the regions that are like surrounding different places. That'll be really fun. And then on the 28th, that is going to be the following Saturday. It'll be over by the time my stream launches, but we can talk about Spooktober, we can talk and share about our stuff. I would be happy to do some readings for anybody who has some articles that they're particularly excited about. I know it'll be fun. It'll be a great time. We'll celebrate the spooky season. It'll basically be Halloween at that point, so we'll just see how things go. But no, for today, for the remainder of today's stream, I am on a mission. I am on a mission, and I must achieve it. So let's just do this. Which ley line shall be on the list? I think because it's already come up, ley line of Revelation. This is the ley line that has emerged in the region of Everbright. True to its name, it is Everbright. The ley line of Revelation carries the magics. Magics of light. Here's the magics of light, and let's see. How do I want to word this? Ever the struggle of being a writer is not knowing how to use words. Ooh, reading stream, that's awesome. Yeah, well, we'll see. It all depends on if people want to do something like that. Like I will, I'll make a little statement, I suppose, being like, hey, if you want me to read stuff, feel free to send me anything you'd like. And, even during stream, we'll be free to just send things in to look at, to share. Because it is the spooky season, of course. We need to share the spooky with each other. I think that'll be a lot of good fun. It's like I'm very curious about what other people are doing. It seems like so many people are like approaching this event in different ways. And I think that's the fun of like such an open-ended challenge. Like, no word count minimum means we're seeing a whole lot of stuff. Like people are doing art, people are doing stubs, people are doing full-length articles, people are doing short stories, people are doing like all kinds of stuff, and it's really great. And it's really cool. Let me see all like the little artworks. I know like I've turned like a couple other people into like Stubtober fans. We're doing stubs all over the place. It's great. Yeah. It'll be a good time, but I am trying to find the word. So the magics of light and let's say perception. I don't know. That's kind of like a placeholder word, I guess, for me. Stub club memories. Oh, geez. There's the magics of light and perception. Malcora. Opposite. The ley line of obscurity. Which carries shadow and secrecy. Wherever this ley line emerges. Wait, hold on. Vision. Duh, that's the word that I was thinking of. I I literally have it written down on this thing that I'm looking at. Where like it controls vision. Like why would I not? Ah. Yeah, wherever this ley line emerges. Gotta run and get some IRL stuff done before players get here. It's been super fun. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I always love having you here. You enjoy your time with your players. I hope your plans to kill them all goes in your favor. Or at least it goes in the favor of whatever is the most fun that day. I know when we got TPK'd, it was the funniest thing that ever happened to us. So we'll just go with the energy, you know? It'll always be a great time. Yeah, so let's see. Wherever this ley line emerges, I need to think about words. Perception? Oh. Hmm. Yeah, wherever. I want to say something about like perception improving or whatever. I don't, I don't know. I'd say perception prevails, but like that's the alliteration seems funny to me. So wherever the ley line emerges, perception clears. Such as absence of shadow. Hmm. Absence of shadow. This one's escaping me a little bit. I feel like this one brings with a lot less tangible things than like life and death. It's like it could absolutely be the case where something like this could emerge in a place and effectively cast like a zone of truth over it. So you can't like less on the physical side of hiding, like it's really difficult to hide things, hide truths from other people. Oh, that's yeah, I just need to find the right way to word it. That's all. That's all it is. Vision. Shadow and secrecy. Absence of shadow. Inability to deceive. And one more little thing. We just need to think of one more tiny little thing. Absence of shadow, inability to deceive. Oh gosh, I'm really trying myself with this one. Let's see. What else am I thinking of? I start tapping on the keys on my keyboard without typing anything. Maybe words will like appear into my brain. Like I'll absorb them through osmosis. That'd be really great. Ability to deceive. I don't know, I feel so compelled to finish the sentence with one more thing, but I can't think of the one more thing. But I don't want to leave it at two. Oh, maybe it'll jog my memory a little bit if I... Let's just go to articles. Let's see. Everbright. Look at some of this. Yes, the sun always seems to shine upon Everbright, even when it has left the sky. Does the land yet brim with light from all sides? That said, mind your eyes. You'll be amazed how quickly they grow tired when they never get a rest. Mm-hmm. So an absence of shadow, sun-bleached lands, and an inability to deceive. I think that's good for a stub. So we'll go back to our little dashboard. We'll make the ley line into a proper ley line article. Ley line of revelation. Grab all this. Bam. Remove the sidebar. Get out of here. And there we go. We'll just view this because we need to grab the article block. Start touching stuff. Spooktober 2023. Footer. Put that article block in there. And we just take this. Nope, pop it into the header. Now we view this. Bam, there's our submission article. Beautiful, perfect. There's one more thing I forgot to do. Turn off comments. Yeah, there we go. And ley line of revelation. We tag the article in here just to wrap things up. So ley line of revelation. I wanted to do this one for the moon prompt because I feel like there's always kind of like that myth around moonlight kind of revealing true forms, and it's kind of like that whole idea. And so I feel like it would be a great way to kind of explore this more of just the ley line of revelation isn't necessarily always kind of like a bright sunny location. Like, of course, Everbright is like 100% sun all of the time. But the ley line of revelation could also come in the form of like moonlight, revealing true forms of anything. So if this ley line is there and it comes night and you're out and about at night, you will see the true forms of things that otherwise would like to remain hidden. So it's lots of fun for me. So let's just put this in here for the moon prompt. And now we refresh, and here we are. Very, very good. Who's buzzing me right now? I'm on important business. Don't like that. One of my friends just sent to a group chat a can of soup. It's French vanilla with peas and carrots. Don't like that at all. I'm gonna do a little bit of this. A little bit of organizing. People just be making all kinds of wild stuff on the internet, my friends. Kind of unavoidable. Ooh, but look at us go. We've got 10 articles on this list already. That's really big. It's really big and it's really cool. So we can close this. Go back to our dashboard. So we have 3 more to make. We're not off the hook yet. We still have the ley line of obscurity. So we have the ley line of obscurity. Magics of shadow and secrecy. Malcora, opposite to the ley line of revelation, which carries light and vision. Wherever this ley line emerges. Wherever this ley line emerges, shadow cloaks the land. Resulting in effects such as normal darkness. Such as abnormal darkness, obscured truths, and let's see, one more little thing. Good luck for those who are deceptive. Yeah. I mean, this is the place to be if you are just itching to tell lies. Yeah, I feel like within the ley line of obscurity, things like the Fae would probably do well here. Always always hiding truths in their words without ever having to actually tell a lie. You get into all kinds of trouble by not knowing what you're doing in a place like this. Because you might think you know what's going on, and that's kind of what they bank on. But no, there's a lot more hidden that you just cannot comprehend. The whole point of these ley lines is that they can emerge in different ways. Like, they emerge in different ways, so like, just because it's emerged in one place doesn't necessarily mean that the exact same effects are going to take place in another place. So this ley line could, it could pop up, and in one place it might quite literally just like cast a region in darkness. That's pretty normal, that's pretty natural. But in other places you might not even know it's there. But suddenly, telling the truth is just not really a thing. Maybe people find that suddenly they cannot speak in truths, they have to speak in falsehoods, and they have to kind of like decrypt each other's riddles to actually know what's going on. I feel like that'd be really fun. I feel like that'd be a really fun thing to explore. Maybe something happens that all language just becomes gibberish. So people have to find different ways to communicate that's not through their words. So like it's very variable. And that's kind of like the idea behind these ley lines is like they control like an aspect of the world, and that shows itself in different ways. Riddles appear randomly, yes. Like everyone just starts speaking in riddle. Oh man. Yeah, I'll have to write that one down. But like I'm also thinking like what if suddenly you wake up one day and like, there's like this weird magic about your hometown, and like suddenly everyone is just speaking like oh gosh, what is the name of the species? I'm thinking about from Star Trek, like the Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. like everyone only speaks through like story. Oh man, I need to know like what were they called? What are these people called? Does it ever identify the alien species? Oh, the Tamarians. Yes, the Tamarians. There we go. But yes, like, you can translate their words, but they only speak through allusions to history and mythology. So, like, if there's a place in the world that, like, suddenly they have to speak that way, because the actual words just won't come, that'd be really cool. And maybe, like, on the opposite side, in the ley line of Revelation, maybe suddenly it doesn't matter what language you speak, you all understand each other. And now things just get really weird. Because suddenly, the people that you thought couldn't understand you, now they just know what you're saying. You can't really hide anything from people anymore. So like if you're in a guild that demands like you learn and speak like in this kind of like different language, like thieves can't, for example, you can't really use it around normal people anymore because they're just going to understand what you're saying. And so there's a lot to play with. There's a lot of fun to be had. And like this is all kind of like the reason why I would love to make this setting into like a game, like an RPG setting at some point. Because think about like what game masters could just run off with and do with this kind of framework. And I cannot lie. Ah. But yeah, like if you have this kind of framework that you can work with, where you can take like any place in a setting and use your magic to kind of throw little hooks and loops into things. And can we have Line throw a pirate or sell for charity? I mean, maybe one day. Someday, maybe. Who knows? That's a fun thing to ask. Okay, so we have to make this little article so we can submit the other one. Go ley line of obscurity. That's the one I was just doing. Ley line of obscurity. There we go. That's our official draft. Now this one we add all our stuff to. October 2023. Now because we do have this article, we link it here. We go into our footer, do this. Let's just refresh this page real quick so I can change the URL slug. There we go. Get rid of the sidebar because there's nothing in it yet. And now we just view this. Grab the article block. Bam. Okay. There we go. Now wait, what was I submitting this one to? I think maybe Fade. Yeah, we'll do Fade. It's like the fading light. I think that sounds pretty good. Now we just need to collect this for our little hub article. Where are we now? Fade, bam. Do a little refresh. Yeah, so we're writing about all of these ley lines. That's really sick. Like these are things that needed to be articles in my world like last year, but they just haven't been added in yet. And let's see, we'll do agitation and inertia for this next one. Because like we kind of we did Revelation first because Everbright was a region that we talked about that already came up. Volcan is their neighboring region and they are affected by the ley line of agitation. So yeah, let's do some of that. Actually, did I take the header for that? Oh, I didn't. Haha, I almost left too early. Just get that in there. Now, are you beautiful perfect? Did you not save? There we go. Okay, so that article is complete, at least for submission. Now we can go back to our dashboard. Now we can start the next one. There we go, article. Ley line of agitation. Ley line of agitation. Here's the magics of energy and activity of Makora. Opposite to the ley line of inertia, which carries passivity. And idleness. We'll call it that, at least for now. Okay. Wherever this ley line emerges. this ley line emerges. Chaos rolls. Bring with it effects such as intense volcanic activity. Intense volcanic activity. Yes, intense volcanic activity, destructive natural disasters, and shifting lands. I think that's a good description for what that does. So if we go back to our dashboard, we make it a proper leyline article. Leyline of agitation. There we go. We'll refresh that real quick. So I can change this, publish it, remove the sidebar. And there's our little article here. Copy the article block. Spooktober 2023. And there's our article block. And now just grab this, pop it in there. And she should be beautiful perfect. And indeed she is. So, agitation. I'll have to see if there's anything here. Oh gosh. So I'm just like smacking my desk all around the place. We're gonna put this one under helpless. Because I feel like it is a very common thing for people and creatures and such to be quite helpless in the face of gigantic natural disasters, especially when they're recurring, uncontrollable. Go. Ley line of agitation. And now we go here to, which number are you? 3. Helpless. There we go. Now, are we at a point where, well, I was gonna ask if every single row has at least one, but here we have one. Oh, and the last 2. However, the opposite ley line I'm going to put into Shiver. So, we'll only have 2 rows left that don't have anything in them, which is pretty cool. It's pretty sick. We're making some progress, which I really like. So let's go and do this then. This is the ley line of inertia. If I could spell things right, that'd be really helpful. Let's see, the ley line of inertia carries the magics of passivity. Wait, what did I even say here? Idleness. Opposite to to ley line of agitation, which carries I was just forgetting what I wrote. Energy and activity. This ley line emerges. Stillness takes hold, resulting in effects such as steep drops in temperature, let's see, steep drops in temperature. Steep drops in temperature, pure silence, and restricted movement ability. There we go. That's one more off the list. Line of inertia. This article in here. Take off the draft, take off the sidebar, refresh. URL slug. I think that's it for that article. Article block. I really have this down to a science at this point. Just clicking through all the menus in a efficient way. References allow comments turned off. Publish. Refresh. Put that into Shiver. And there we go. Just make sure that's... Oh, okay, I put it into the wrong section, my bad. I always... It needs to be in the footer, thank you. So there we go. There's our ley line of inertia. And of course, we will once again grab all that. Find the Shiver header in here. There we go. And huzzah! There's one more row that we have begun. That's really cool. That's really exciting. And now, I believe that should put us at 13. Yes. Yes, we have 13 out of 27 prompts completed. Very, very good. That means we have earned ourselves one Spooktober badge. And so that's really great. I am, of course, going to try to do more of these. I would really love to just knock out as many of these as possible, because in the end, all it does is help me organize my world better. It helps me actually put my ideas into writing, so I know what I'm actually going to touch come World Ember. And, you know, the more preparation I have done for World Ember, the better the event's going to be. Because I just have this nasty habit of going into World Ember every year with like a couple of ideas on deck. And then I finish writing about those ideas, and suddenly I have 8,000 more words that I need to write about by the end of the event, and I wait until like the last day to do it. So, not great. Not the best. But yeah, look at us go. This little badge down here, that's mine now. We've done it. We've gotten there. Yeah, let's a different song. Yeah. So yes, this has been absolutely, absolutely wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining me on this Spooktober adventure. I'll bring myself back. Hi everyone. I hope you had a great time just hanging out with me while we were productive and just doing stuff together. It's so nice that I just get to sit down with you guys and get some work done. And yeah, we'll see how much more I can get done by the end of the month. Next week on Saturday, we'll be doing another one of these little sessions. We'll see how much work we can get through, see how many more prompts we can finish. I think I'll set a soft goal for myself to get 20 prompts done. That's just, it's a nice round number. Makes me feel good. So we'll see if we can get 7 more prompts done by the end of the event. Which I think we can. I think we certainly can. We started off today with what, 4? And now we're at 13. We got 9 done today. I think we can get done 7 next week. No, it'll be great. Now we got some vampires, we got our ley lines going. It's fantastic. I have so many ideas that I'm going to be able to work with in 2 months. Less than 2 months at this point. World Ember is coming, my friends. And if you don't know what World Ember is, let's see if I'm able to pull up the, see if I can pull up last year's World Ember page. Oh, it's actually not that far down. Hello. World Ember. Light up the forge. Hold on, let me bring this back. World Ember. It is coming. This is last year's page. 10,000 words of world building. New world building. During the month of December. And so that is what all of these little stub articles are for. If you have an article under 50 words on World Anvil, it is considered a stub, and you are able to reset the date on it and kind of like submit it to the current challenge. And so, I'm gonna have all these stubs that I'll be able to work on during World Ember. That's really exciting. We'll see how much world lore we can get into place. But yeah, well, there's just so much. There's so much to think about. And yeah, I'm still debating on whether or not I want to try to be a sponsor again for this event. We'll see, because I'm gonna be a lot less busy after World Ember than I am now. I just know that like right now I'm sitting on my summer camp sponsor prize that I still need to work on, and the only reason I haven't done it yet is because I have like life or death level deadlines coming up. So we'll see. We shall see. I'd love to do something. And I mean, even if I'm not, I can do my own thing. I can sponsor things outside of the official channels. But no, it's great. I love World Ember. World Ember's fantastic. But of course, my heart is kept by summer camp, which will come back. It'll be back eventually. It'll be back soon. Before you know it, it'll be July again, and the feral shall reawaken. So, you know, the feral energy never really leaves us. It just hibernates. And so I'm trying to think of a fun way to incorporate that into World Ember. We may not be feral, but that energy is still in there. It's still bubbling up to the top, even when we are not at full strength. So I don't know. I guess we can stay tuned for that. We'll see whatever we come up with. But yes, once again, this is going to be my little send-off to all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm glad we get so much work done. And I'm going to see who is online right now that I could send you to. Because I want to keep these good creative vibes going. So I'd love to send you to someone else who's also doing creative stuff. And I think our target will be Tail Foundry. Tail Foundry's always doing some great stuff. Looks like there's some art stuff happening, some writing. There's always something good happening on that channel, so I am more than happy to send you there. So we're gonna get this raid started up right now. I'm so happy that I was able to have you all here. I'm so happy that I was able to get my Spooktober badge, and I hope you are all making, you know, progress that's just as good, if not better. So I will see you tomorrow, actually, for Baldur's Gate 3, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be having my little gaming day. So if you'd like to come hang out, we'll be rolling some dice, we'll be romancing some wizards. Of course, Gale is my husband in that playthrough. And I will see you guys then. But until then, grab your sippies, and go world build. I cannot wait to see you again. Goodbye.